you became famous because of digital media. I mean, that's the thing that really launched your career. And if you had, been born 10 years, earlier, you could argue it wouldn't have happened. And the same with me. If I had started my podcast 10 years earlier, well, there were no podcasts. I hit it right at the right time. But also, Jay, it's like, it feels to me this digital media allows us to kind of depersonalize our criticism of other people. And I have a hard to believe that if everybody on Twitter had to share a room or share an elevator that just broke with the person they're criticizing, for an hour every day, that this stuff wouldn't continue, because they would actually have to look at their face and feel their energy and be like, wow, I'm really saying something mean, and this person actually doesn't seem that bad, even though they like guns and I don't, or they're Muslim and I'm Catholic, or they're left and I'm right. They're actually, they're actually human. How much of that digital, the digital platform makes it to where it's hard to find compassion?
Yeah, it's true. It's the digital platform gives us access to people's lives and minds without actually knowing them. So we think we know people, right? We think we know. Before, if someone didn't have a social media profile, you just didn't know who they were. A lot of actors are notorious for being quite mysterious. And that's why the paparazzi would have to hang outside that spot and wait for them to come out and get the perfect picture and all that kind of stuff. Whereas now, when you have people sharing their own personal lives, there's less mystery. But the lack of mystery makes us feel like we deeply understand someone. And one of the activities I love doing with people that I recommend, that we did a lot as monks, is to go on a walk wherever you like and find an object that you want to just pick up. Find any object and pick it up. Now, the interesting thing here is when you pick it up, you may have some perceptions and assumptions of what it's going to feel like, hold like, and look like. And notice how actually when you pick it up, it may actually surprise you. And so you may pick it up and you may look at it and you go, oh, that looked hard and sturdy. But when I pick it up, it was soft and it almost withered away. At the same time, look at all sides of it. Look at the colors. Look at the accents of colors. Look at the roughness or the smoothness of different textures of it. Look at the shape and how it changes when you look at it from angles. Hold it up to your ear and rub it and hear what it sounds like. Put it near your nose and smell it. Don't eat it, obviously. I don't know what it is. But just become really intimately observant of it. And when you do that, you realize this item that I'm holding is completely different to my initial assumption of it. And this is the antidote to the fast, quick, impatient life that digital life creates, to the slow, experienced, and intimate life that real life and observation creates. And because we are able to instantly respond, and I see this all the time. I mean, you see people apologizing and changing stuff. I saw the other day that someone had criticized someone because they hadn't read the full story. And then they came out and they were like, I'm really sorry. I read the full story and realized that my tweet was too quick. And I really appreciate that. But that's what happens. We're trained, and the mind does this to help us, to make an instant judgment. The mind's actually trying to help you. But the digital world is so fast that instant judgment actually creates more pain in the long term. So I would honestly say that making no judgment on someone you've never met as a whole is probably safer than making an instant judgment of one thing you've heard about someone. And that is just a training that we have to do of asking ourselves, and this is the question I always ask myself. If I was judged instantly, would I be happy with that? And if everyone on this, if you can, anyone watching or listening right now, hand on their heart, say that they'd be okay with that, great. I don't think I'd be okay with that. I don't think anyone genuinely is okay with saying, hey, if someone judged me in 30 seconds of meeting me and made that judgment and stuck with it for the rest of their life, then I'd be happy with that. I don't think I'd be happy with that. And I think that when you live that way, you start realizing that who are we? And that's the deeper thing. Who are we to judge? What do we gain out of judgment? Our ego gets a temporary superiority boost. We feel better for the day. And then we go back to our lives of dissatisfaction and lack of contentment.